to be reviewing Love in a Pandemic movie. The shady businesses, shady people. He pissed me off. She couldn't even see the red flags, like, girl. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Henrietta Kimberly. If you're new here, welcome. Please click on the subscribe button. It is blazing red. Turn it down a bit for me. If you're a returning subscriber, what do you do, bestie? Thank you for coming back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be doing a movie review. I actually have filmed this video before, but I didn't like the way it looked, and I was doing my makeup, so I couldn't like get all my words out, so I decided to just make the video again. Anyways, today we're going to be reviewing the Love in a Pandemic movie. This movie premiered about 2 weeks plus ago, and I had the opportunity to go and watch the movie and see the premiere, and also like I got to see the star actors in the video. So this video is starring Nancy Sima, Esodike, and Demi. This movie is about, obviously, like the title says, love in a pandemic. I think I'll call it it's not the some parts are funny, so I mean there's a little tiny bit of comedy in it, but also it's a romantic movie overall. This movie depicts the 2020 pandemic, but not the chaotic part of it. This movie is a limited cast movie, which means they just showed us like the important people, the lead actors only, and just like 2 or 3 other like people in the movie as extra cast. This movie, I keep saying this movie, like the movie, like I said, is let me just let you know, I don't want to like give too much spoilers before you see the movie, but just know this movie is centered around love. There's a lot of betrayal, there is a lot of unsureness, there is a lot of you know, shady businesses, shady people. Yeah, I mentioned Nancy is Bolande in the movie.
My name is Bolande,
customer service rep who had to start working from home because of the pandemic. I saw her boyfriend, who is supposedly a doctor, and had things to do because of the pandemic and the emergencies. Then Demi is, what's his name? Alex,
that is me,
who he just got caught up in the whole situation. So from this movie, I'll start my reviews from the characters. Nancy, Esodike, and Demi are amazing actors, and I feel like in this movie we got to see the characters for who they are. Like, because it's a limited cast, we got to see each character, feel with each character, and you know, just go with each character along the movie. Before I forget to mention, the movie is a one-man narrator. I don't know if that's what they call it, but like Nancy is the one narrating the story. Like, you know how, oh, I'm saying something and then I start playing back of what happened. That is how the movie is written. So Nancy is narrating, oh, this is how my pandemic went in the gym, and they just start to show us like what the movie itself. The acting was great, because you know the acting is great when you fail to separate the actor from the character in real life, and you just want to punch him in the face in real life. Esodike, who he annoyed me, he pissed me off in the movie so bad, and even when I saw him after the premiere, I was like, boy, you gonna catch his hands, because I'm like, why was he so annoying? I don't want to give too much spoilers. So like I was saying, we got to see and feel with the characters, which made me like understand, and sometimes got angry at them, like, oh, why are you acting this way? and why is this one so stupid to not see the signs? Nancy was such a lover girl in the movie. She was so blinded by love, like she couldn't even see the red flags. Like, girl, honey. I saw was TJ in the movie. My favorite character in that movie, or actor, not favorite character, my favorite actor, my favorite act in the movie is Sadiq, who was TJ in the movie, because he was able to act his character out so well that, like I said earlier, I got so angry. He irritated me so much. Like, he acted it so well like that. I was so irritated. Like, why is he acting like this? Why is he acting a fool? Why? And even when I saw him after the premiere, I was like, boy, if you don't sit down. I saw was a doctor. Is a doctor in the movie. Yeah. Another thing that really stood out for me in this movie were the reactions of the cast, Nancy in particular. Like, there were some real, like, it was so real, because at some point if something happened, we react. Like, when I'm like giving my own reaction watching it in the cinema, she's also giving the same reaction. So I was like, okay. When she's laughing, I'm like, okay, funny. But like, when sometimes some things will happen, I'm like, and I looked at the screen, she's also reacting the same way. So reactions were so real. It wasn't something like off the top. I also like the movie for its relatability. I mean, everybody went through the pandemic, so you can tell how shitty it was. It was a very shitty period for me personally. I didn't like it. Never again. I do not recommend, do not approve, do not want it to happen ever again. Nancy is a great actor, and I feel she also really acted her Bolanle role well. Bolanle in the movie was a naive lover girl who couldn't see the signs. In this movie, you just need to expect typical Lagos man behavior, because that was what TJ gave us. Typical Lagos man behavior. So annoying, so sneaky, gaslighter. So, you know, like, oh, why are you looking through this? Like, why are you asking me such questions? Like, just expect to see typical Lagos man behavior in this movie, which is also relatable, because I have first-hand experience, like, guys behave like that, asking him this question and he's getting angry because he's been defensive. Nigeria happened, and I was cut off power supply. Where were we in the rating of this movie? For me, it was a 7.5 over 10, because it wasn't something, to be honest, it's just something anybody can pull off, really. Just like stage plays. It wasn't that deep, because the storyline wasn't that deep, in sense of this is like an everyday thing that happens. So yeah, anybody can pretty much go into the role and get the act right, if you get what I'm saying. Yeah, so it wasn't a very technical, the roles weren't very technical that couldn't be deduced on, like, you know, I don't know if you get what I mean, but it wasn't that deep. You get it. Second would be the look of the film. It was very modern, obviously 2020, which is what they were trying to replicate. It was very modern. The quality of the movie was good. I mean, the quality of the film was good. The lighting was all right. The moods were set properly in place, so everything was looking good, and I would just give that a solid 8 over 10. The look of the film, the storyline, I would give that a 10, because this is what happens in society. I mean, aside the pandemic part of the whole story, because that was not the main focus of the story. The main focus of the story were the people in love in the pandemic. This is what happens. People FaceTime a lot with people they've never met before, and you see people fall in love with online sweethearts. It was so relatable, so that was like a solid 10. Storyline was there. It It was all right. It was good, and I like that it wasn't so like serious as well. We could laugh at some points. The movie was so cheesy, like, oh, there were like lovey-dovey moments. I was like cringe, because who is in love with you guys? Not me. The costume, it wasn't that deep, like I mentioned. It was just very pretty much normal, and since it was a very normal like movie, they got the costumes right. Nothing was inappropriate for anything in any point in time, if you get what I mean. Every scene, every attire worn in the outfit, because it was a very limited, like, oh, it's either you're in your room, or I mean, she was in her room for the most part of the movie, but yeah, every part of the scene had an appropriate costume to it, period. The production, I think I was expecting more, like more twist, more drama sort of, but I just got normal sweet movie, which is not bad at all. But when I was going in, okay, when I was even going in, the lady that was in, what's the word, interviewing, the lady that was interviewing, she asked, and she was like, oh, what are you expecting to see? And immediately I went a lot of FaceTime calls, a lot of video calls, because it's a pandemic. Nobody's going outside, you don't have access to a lot of things. And yeah, the movie was 100% relatable. Loved it for that. The acting was great, and I would very much recommend this movie. And if you want to go and see this movie, I think you should go and see it with friends. Yeah. If you're also like at the point where you just want to give up on a relationship, please don't go and see the movie. It might restore like your hopes in like finding a man or something. But yeah, don't give up on love, and do not believe Lagos men. Sorry. And do not believe Lagos men. They lie a lot, and you see a lot of that in this movie. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. I think I'm just gonna end it here, really, because I don't want to give away too much. Just know that in the movie, people were in love. She was loving somebody she has never met before, and everything turned out good for her at the end. The movie is a sweet, lovey-dovey movie. There's some annoying parts in it, but you get over it, I promise. And overall, the movie is a romantic movie, and I give it overall an 8 over 10. So when you're going, and I recommend you also go and like watch it with people, because when I went with my friends, and it was so funny because we were giving like side notes. I'm sure everybody at the cinema hated us, like, but who cares? So go with people or a person, go and see the movie with people, pretty much, so that you can enjoy. You guys can have like side talks, like, you know, express yourselves together with the actors. You get the point. But yeah, let me know in the comments if you're going to see this movie, if you what you think, and just let me know. Really, I think you should see the movie though, like not even to be, because I don't really go to cinema to see a movie, but that movie, if it comes out maybe on Netflix, I might watch it again. But you should go and see the movie. So stick around. Thank you for watching this video. I hope you like my hair, and see you in my next video.